before we start, Stuart, what was it like making art?
Yes, that was a that was a really good one. That was a really good role. Yeah, that was a project by John Howe, who is the creative director on Peter Jackson's Lord of the Rings and the Hobbit films. And yes, John Howe put together this series that it was the idea. It was an interesting one. The idea was to explore Tolkien's inspiration for his characters and locations for the Lord of the Rings, and he did this by exploring all the myths and legends and folklore from around the world that Tolkien drew upon. Yeah, it was a great one to be involved with. I was very lucky to get that, and to wear fabulous costumes. The costumes were incredible. The suits of armour were Terry English creations. Terry English, the Hollywood master armourer. He was making all the armour for things like Excalibur, Sword of the Valiant with Sean Connery, and yeah, we had him on set for this, and yeah, he was dressing me in that fantastic suit of armour. Of course, it came with its challenges as well, wearing that suit of armour. There's I mean, just getting out of a chair, for example, just trying to stand up and still look like a king, that was hard at times. There's a scene where I have to join the knights at the round table, and that involves me getting up from my throne to do so. But because of the weight of the armour and it's so restricted, and you have this tendency, you need to put your arms down and press down on the armrest to just hoik yourself up. But obviously that doesn't look good. You're supposed to be King Arthur, this mythical, strong king, and so you're expected to just rise effortlessly from your throne, and that really takes all your core strength. So your core muscles are screaming at you as you're just trying to rise and look just effortless in doing so. So that yeah, that was interesting. That was fun. I remember once when we were having to change locations, and it was too much trouble to de-rig, get out of the suit of armour, and then to get dressed again on occasion. So they sort of poured me into the back of a 4x4, and with a suit of armour you can't just climb in and sit comfortably on the back seat. The crew had to sort of put me down on horizontally and slide me in, and the same, slide me back out. Yeah, wasn't the most gracious entrance and exit on the set, I suppose, but yeah, it was fantastic. And there was one scene as well where the director, Olivier Simonet, he had this idea that he wanted to shoot up from the beach up onto the cliffs and have me emerge in my suit of armour from the cliff and appear on this sort of ledge, this little outcrop they found. And so he says, "Well, can you get up there?" So I sort of shuffled along to the face of the cliff, and very quickly realised, no, I can't climb up there. That's not going to happen. So the crew had to hoist me sort of into position. And when up there, he wanted me to sort of emerge, step out along this outcrop to the edge of the cliff, and stand there with my sword, and raise the visor and look out across the sea to the horizon. And I thought, great, okay, we'll do that. And we came to do it, and the trouble is with the visor on a suit of armour, the eye slits, they are just slits, and you can just see straight ahead. There's no peripheral vision, you can't see anywhere else. And obviously it was very important for me to see where the edge of the cliff was. And what I found was that when they called action and I'm stepping forward, I'm having to look right down, looking directly down at my feet as I'm trying to make sure I don't go over the edge. And obviously this didn't look good. It wasn't a good look for a king to be coming out, just shuffling along, staring at his feet, you know. Look, it was terrible. It didn't look good at all. So Olivier Simonet says, no, we'll have to do that again. But and I should point out that Olivier Simonet, you know, he's French, obviously, and you know, so English is not his first language, and he's very quiet and very calm, and so he's explained to me that how we're going to do it differently, which will involve him telling me that when I get close to the edge, he'll say stop. All right, I'm not too happy about the hesitation before stop. Yeah. But I thought, just well, hopefully the rest of the crew will shout stop, and I'll hear it before I go tumbling over the edge of the cliff. Yeah, it seemed to work okay. It did look okay. Well, I'm here. You know, I survived, so yes, it's fine. But yeah, I enjoyed that. It was a really good one. And they filmed all over the world. I mean, there were locations. You know, it's in New Zealand. It started obviously. They filmed in Iceland and Germany, and in the Black Forest there, and then France and Brittany. And they, I mean, it was the whole French crew, and yeah, then they came over to Tintagel in Cornwall, and yeah, cast me as King Arthur. I was very happy about it. I was so pleased with that one. It was a very good one to do. Yeah, I enjoyed it very much.